Is that a tornado? The fuck? Morning freaks, are we getting a massive pump at the gym today or what?
Just getting a massive fucking pump, yeah.
Now, as much as this is a running channel foundationally, I think there's 20 different other things apart from running itself that can result in getting a faster 5K, for example. That stuff's so boring now. The random hacks of, how to run faster and crap like that. It just is so boring because I think it's like 10% of the puzzle. I watched this video not that long ago with Canova. He's like this GOAT coach of like the elite runners, and he says that most of the elite runners are actually the same in terms of fitness and potential, but it's the mindset that separates the elites from like the top of the top elites who go on to run hectic times. And so if it's that important for elite athletes, it's definitely going to be important for, common folks, spuds like us who not only run, but also do everything else in their life as well. It's like a juggling act of doing 15 different things in one day. Like mindset and mindset strategies are so important for running, but also life itself, because life's really hard, don't you reckon? Way harder than running itself. This kind of stuff is everywhere in life. It's not just easy hacks to run faster. It's also, how do I make $1 million? Or how do I make $10,000 in 1 month? How do I lose 10 kilos in 1 month? That kind of stuff. The problem with it is that it's an output focused goal. It's an outcome, like an objective outcome that you have some control over, but not all control over. Everyone gets fixated on outcome goals. Objective things that you want to try and chase after. It's all or nothing. It's either I achieve this goal or I've failed. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have these outcome specific goals. There's a time and a place for them, and I've also had them in the past, and I'll probably have them in the future. But I think overall, the best thing that people can do is focus on the inputs that they can actually control. And the biggest one that you can actually control in every single day of your life is just showing up. So I've got 15 minutes to get as many steps in as I can before I have to go to work. So let's get it done. Like, just showing up is one of the greatest life lessons that you can ever implement into your life to be a better human being. So it says here that showing up by definition means that you're honoring your commitments and responsibilities even when you're not feeling your best. Even when you're not feeling your best. Now, my dad taught me this lesson when I was a very young kid, not by telling me, but actually by showing me how to just show up every single day, because he never had a sick day when he went to work. He was always on the grind. He would never even have a day off from taking me to soccer training 5 days a week from when I was 5 years old all the way until I was like 22 years old. That is the power of showing up consistently over time and the compounding effects of getting it done. Now, when I grew up and became an adult, he once said to me that if he couldn't work, he didn't want to be alive. And he's not here anymore, but I'm going to carry on that same theme in everything that I do in my life too. All you have to do is continue showing up. Because everything in life is work. You have to work on relationships. You have to work on your fitness. You have to work to create an income. Everything is work, and you need to be able to show up to do that work every day, every single day. Like, we all inherently understand this, the quick fixes, the quick weight loss, the getting $5,000 in 1 week, all that kind of stuff, as well as trying to get faster at running in like 2 weeks' time. It's good and it might work sometimes, but for the most people, it does not work, and it only results in anxiety and FOMO. So for the most part, focusing on the outputs always results in either absolute happiness and bliss because you achieve your goal, which is great, but most of the time it results in you feeling like shit. When in reality, you couldn't actually control any of those outputs. What you should actually do is focus on the inputs that you can input to this equation for success. Showing up every day is an input. Doing the right things in your training is an input. Running when you feel like you can't or you shouldn't, or running really early in the mornings to get it done, that is an input. Eating the right food is an input. All those inputs add up to consistency rather than booming and busting and working off emotion when it comes to goal setting, okay? Okay, cool. That's 6,000 steps done. Time to go to work. I want you guys to let me know in the comments below. Make yourselves accountable. What kinds of things are you going to do this week to change it up, to start showing up even more? Is that a tornado? The fuck? You know, sometimes I think people really underestimate the power of mindset in running, but also life itself. Everyone's trying to control the uncontrollables, the things that you cannot control. See, it is the uncontrollables, the outputs of our performances and things that we do in life that cause us to have emotional responses if things go negatively, like FOMO, like I had last week, or like anxiety when you're injured and stuff. But the thing is, if you just focus on showing up all the time, you're going to be able to ride these waves of things going wrong, having injuries, all that kind of stuff, because you're playing the long game, not the short game. You're not looking at 1 week cycles, you're looking at the long term, because all you have to do is make a decision every day to just show up. It's that simple. But anyway, that's enough rambling for me today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.